you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, guests. Who here has volunteered for nonprofits? Who here donates to other people that run 5K so you don't have to? All right. How does that make you feel? You get happy, you feel that altruistic bucket, and then you think, I can go be rude in traffic for 24 hours. Well, let me tell you, you might actually be leaving free kindness on the table. It's not a scam. It's not a pyramid scheme. And maybe it's Katie telling you to go volunteer at a club competition. But what I want to talk about today is how you can double your impact doing the good that you're already doing without doubling the effort. My favorite kind of math. To start off with, I'm going to tell you about the nonprofits that I volunteer for. Toastmasters. Obviously, this is the reason why we're here. If you don't know what I do, then please reach out to me and I'll get you all set up. For the Buy Nothing Project, this was something when I moved to Washington I didn't know anything about. But it was right when I had kids, and I'll tell you, the thought of buy nothing was amazing because kids grow out of toys and clothes every 3 months. This was a lifesaver when my kids were little, and somehow I ended up being an admin for a group. So if you don't know about it, tell me your cross streets. I'll let you know what group you need to join. Girl Scouts of Western Washington. This is a group that builds courage, confidence, and character for girls. I personally participated in it for 11 years, and having two daughters of my own, I continue to participate in it. I'll tell you one of the things I'm not cutting out right now is cookies because we are in cookie season. So maybe that'll be my summer goal, but not for this month. And lastly, this is probably my most recent midlife crisis was the Snohomish Youth Volleyball Association. I think that's what it stands for. Anyways, we're 1 week in and I'm teaching a dozen 8-year-olds how to play volleyball, which I haven't personally played in 30 years. But the thing about these organizations is that they build community, they build confidence, and they build the connection. So my contribution doesn't have to stop at showing up for these people. I can say, hey, I volunteered once and casually bring it up for the rest of my life, but that would only be half the impact. So let me talk to you about Benevity. Most people who are working in larger companies probably have this benefit that they don't know about. Benevity is a platform where companies can go engage their employees and stakeholders and say, hey, I want to link my employees to nonprofits and I want them to be able to track their volunteer time, to donate money, and I will give them extra money for it. Nonprofits can register on this single platform. They go through the whole vetting process so that the company has confidence in the nonprofit that they're supporting and that it supports their mission. And the nonprofit is then available to all the companies that are playing in this platform. So this platform has actually been around since 2008, and I've used it at 4 other companies. I used to think that it was only, oh, well, Girl Scouts. I do a lot for Girl Scouts. And I thought maybe that was the only part where I could have impact. But really, there are other ways to volunteer. So let's talk about the 2 basic ways as a person you can utilize it if your company offers this. Volunteering, tracking your time. You can track it down to the minute. A lot of companies will offer an offset for the time that you're volunteering. So there's a certain level of vigor that's required for volunteering. Usually you show up, you help out, you leave tired, and then you don't tell anybody. But unless you're like me 2 minutes ago, you're telling everybody, you're telling your company, you're saying, hey, I did a good thing. And you know what they do? They say, they reward you for being that decent human being and give you donation currency. So now I say, for every hour I spend helping out, I get $10 to either put it back into the same nonprofit or any other nonprofit that is on this platform. So let's talk about how do you do that. You get this donation currency, go straight back in, throw it back, double your impact to the same organization, or other organizations. There's also, for those people who do like to run and ask you to support them, the company match. So if I go volunteer, well, not volunteer, if I go submit money on behalf of somebody else, I can then go request my company to match that profit. And in December, this is really popular. If you've heard of Giving Tuesday, my company and other companies that I've been at do a 3 times match. So I can donate $50 and get $150 for that. And that's total $200 to that nonprofit that I'm working for. So it's like if you buy pizza and your company says, excellent choice, I'll buy another. But instead of pizza, you're helping people and you don't feel guilty about it. What does that mean for us? Oops, wrong one. Well, I have the pleasure to say that Deanna went through this entire process to get our Toastmaster Club registered into Benevity. So if you're looking to be an officer and you're thinking how you can double your impact, if you're looking to be a mentor, then you can also track this. Any volunteer time that is not spent towards developing yourself, but to moving the mission forward in your nonprofits, this is your opportunity to double that impact. So, the next time you think about donating, volunteering, remember it's not just about doing good. Thanks to Girl Scouts and Toastmasters and maybe a company match, you can change the world and still have cookies left over.